Carson Quapple earns his 5th career Hedgecott Pole Award. Again, the last 3 winners here at Hickory Motor Speedway in the Cars Late Model Stock Car have come from the pole position. Green flag is in the air, and the Tough Shed 250 is underway. Side by side up at the front. I thought Carson Quapple was going to be able to clear Cade Brown for lap number 1. He'll have it at the stripe just by a nose, but Cade Brown awfully strong there on the high side. Going to challenge here for the race lead on lap number 2.
Brown, the reigning champion at the Florence Motor Speedway, will cement the lead on the main straightaway, driving for Matt Piercy Racing.
In there, they'll wait for Carson Brown, who was just in front of the leader, to cross the flag before eventually waving the competition caution for the first time tonight. And it's also for cause as well. Coincidentally enough, you can see Kelly there to the outside wall. So just as it was put out for the competition, I'm not sure whether this was the cause or this is a result of that competition caution. Cade Brown has control of the field, and we're back underway. Not a great launch, though, for that 23 car. Carson Quapple looks like he may have the race lead off of the second corner. And indeed he does.
He will pull down to the bottom of the racetrack right across the bow of Cade Brown, who has his hands full inside, outside. It is Honeycutt on the bottom in the white 10. Zach Miracle outside in the black and blue 32, with McCumbee and Connor Hall wheel to wheel just behind them in the 16 and 77 respectively.
Andrew Grady was late leaving the pits. He's still on the lead lap, but is about half a lap behind the rest of the field. And that may be the power plant, and yes, it is. Yellow flag on the speedway, and Cade Brown, who was running up in the second position, goes up in a heap of smoke. They'll work their way into the KRC Power Steering restart zone. Miracle, a slide off the top side, holds Carson Quapple at bay, and trying to look for a way around as Miracle challenges for the lead. Almost contact off of turn 2.
It looked like Miracle thought about maybe getting to the outside of Carson Quapple, and in the process of getting down to the bottom, almost got tagged by Honeycutt in the 10, while Connor Hall continues to try to work the outside lane. That's Hall in the 77, almost getting pinched into the fence off too. Millington, 2-time track champion here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Oh, McCarty looks as though he may have had a line come undone under the hood as he slides up the racetrack in what may be fluid, and a stack up behind him. McCarty, who slid up wide just as we were singing the praises of his efforts so far this season with the new team, evidently has something pop under the hood.
And Carson Quapple, Zach Miracle will lead us back to the green flag. Quapple able to clear for first. Now Honeycutt on the charge here for second. Almost contact made with Zach Miracle. Connor Hall gets clear back into the 4th position. And Chad McCumbee, Minnie Tyrell still hanging out outside the top 5. The defending NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series champion as he tries to make his way by Colby Howard down to the apron, as I think somebody had something wrong with the exhaust, and now Landon Huffman gets turned on the back straightaway as well. 3 cars wrapped up in it, and the luck just cannot turn around this season at Hickory for Landon Huffman. In the KRC Power Steering restart zone, newcomer up here on row 1. It is Caden Honeycutt to the outside of Carson Quapple. 89 laps to go here at Hickory tonight. Carson slides up in front of Honeycutt, and Honeycutt will check up, and 1 and 2 will go single file. Forget that, here comes Connor Hall.
As they continue to work their way further forward. Also, thinking about Caden Honeycutt and how the last couple of weeks have gone for him. Blake, you've referenced several times how impressive he was in the NASCAR Craftsman truck at the Bristol Dirt Race. However, that was a short-tenured effort with Roper Racing. He has a lot of new fans watching his progress. He's going to lose second spot here to Connor Hall. But for Honeycutt to be in this position, not quite sure how many of these races he'll get to run. He's certainly making the most of every opportunity as Hall stumbles off too. As Zach Miracle's got a handful of Chad McCumbee, and he gets tagged by Millington to go around.
Quapple and Connor Hall, your top 2. 63 laps to go, and nearly a dead heat at the stripe. Quapple is clear off of turn 2. Connor Hall able to slot himself in line in second. Honeycutt down on the bottom in third, but he has his hands full with Chad McCumbee on the top side.
Lap traffic, you mentioned it, it's here in a big way of trouble.
Just in front of Quapple, he gets it wound down just before making contact with Andrew Grady as Carson Brown and Cody Kelly have spun off at turn 4. Back underway here at Hickory. Quapple once again able to clear for the top spot. Caden Honeycutt down on the bottom, going side by side with Connor Hall. Now Hall gets a run, and he may have a shot at Carson Quapple here in turns 1 and 2. They nearly touch.
Might have seen that bodywork crinkle up a little bit on the left rear of Carson's car there. I believe there may have been a little bit of paint traded as Diaz is trying to buffalo his way up back into the top 10.
They're in fourth. Now McCumbee. Oh, Tyrell spins.
Grady, Watson, Millington, and Bassett all collected. No major contact for the majority of these cars. I believe Mini Tyrell may have gotten the worst of it.
The KRC Power Steering restart zone. It's time to get real at Hickory. 32 laps to go. Connor Hall battling for the race lead side by side to one of the better restarts we've seen him have tonight.
Yeah, the top side has not had that momentum up to this point. However, it's not going to maintain through 3 and 4, but Hall will be able to get clear of the bow of Caden Honeycutt. In turn 1, he tried to shut the door, but Honeycutt was there.
Hall tried the crossover, and you can see Caden Honeycutt not going to allow him to do that. They run side by side, but man, what a great drive off of the corner for Connor Hall. He will clear Caden Honeycutt down into turn number 3.
Robusto and more in front of your race leader Carson Quapple as they hit the backstretch with the white flag waiting.
They are nearly touching each other front to back as there's some lap traffic in front. Connor Hall sliding. Carson Quapple is sliding. White flag in the air. One more trip around Hickory Motor Speedway. Isabella Robusto up the road. Quapple going to have to make that car wide. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Connor Hall drives it in deep. He makes contact. They're sliding to the line. And Carson Quapple just edges out Connor Hall.